We've got a woman here that has found a perfect man, a high achiever, the guy that ticks off all the boxes that women want today, and she's still not happy. I'm going to read this to you and offer some feedbacks and some thoughts. I find this interesting. The title is, "My boyfriend is 29. He is such an achiever. It intimidates me." She's 26. She goes on to say, "My boyfriend is intimidating, Ivy League, fitness freak, plays multiple instruments, and has a career that is just insane. He is also sweet, funny, and a caring person. However, living together, it's tough. It's almost like living with a machine. He's up at 5 a.m., hits the gym, heads to the office, then comes back at like 7, reads the news or writes in his correspondences, and then heads to bed. His phone is always ringing. Business, friends, academics, invites to charity events, you name it. It's just very intimidating. I know a lot of women think that this is the ideal man. It's weird. I think so many men I've met been pushed away from masculine norms. But then you actually meet somebody who's in every sense of the traditional man, and it's frightening. It's like living with a force of nature, someone who is on a mission to the very top. I'm not like that. I like to bake cookies with my girlfriends and have brunch with the girls. I want to lay in bed on the weekend. Most of my friends who are girls love to work, but have their priorities. To be honest, although a lot of us say we want to be a girl boss, most of us really just want a quiet and happy life and have a family. Anyways, I feel like I shouldn't stop him. I should not get in the way, but it makes me feel very insecure." Well, I've got a few thoughts about that. Let's hit the road and have a conversation about the perfect man that this gal is intimidated by. This happens. This actually happens more than what people think. You see these podcasts today where all these girls are on like, I'm not settling, and if I don't get my very best, I'm not going to stop, I'm not going to be happy, and I have to blah, 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 blah. And here we have a gal that has found the very best that she could possibly find. Ticks off all the boxes. He's got the 6 sixes, as I describe in my book. It's interesting to me because it's been said many, many times, you can't make a woman happy, so don't try. And I think this is a perfect example of a guy that is legitimately probably ticking off every single box in most women's lives, and she's still not content. She's still finding something to be unhappy about. And that's okay. That's just in female nature. It's in their hardwiring. It's in their DNA. In the absence of any drama, I think women will actively manufacture it to sort of find something to be discontent with. She's gone to the internet and on a post typed in all of these things to complain to the world about the perfect man. And the comments are, of course, basically shut up. For the most part, you've got what most women ask for. What is it that makes you feel so insecure? And I think part of the problem here is that we have culture, society, toxic feminism, all of these things, telling women, you go girl, climb the corporate ladder, get a degree, go and make some bank, become a girl boss, as she explicitly states of it. It's one of the things that these women sort of tell each other. And inherently in their DNA, in the very fiber of their being, it's not what they want. They don't want to go and do all of these things because it basically turns them into men. And by the way, this is unattractive to men. Women that are girl bosses that want to go and climb corporate ladders and get all of these degrees and look at my professional life sort of thing. Most guys really don't give a damn about it. They just want a pleasant girl that's a compliment to their life, that does everything they want in the bedroom and never disrespects them. It's not a complex proposition for women to follow, but yet here we have this stuff. So the point of the video, guys, the entire TLDR version of this is stop trying to make women happy, because you're never going to do it. She's always going to express some level of discontent for something that you're doing in your life. Fine, that's okay. Let them throw the emotional hissy fit. This isn't really a big one. It's kind of a low-key one. But the whole point of this, and the reason why I'm putting this out there, is that women don't understand what they want. They will talk about what they want. They will express on the internet to their girlfriends during brunch, even as she says, what it is that they're looking for. But even when they get it, they'll still find something to find some level of discontent with, to want to go on the internet and talk about it. So don't sweat it. Don't try to make women happy. You're never going to do it. Stand-up comments have been making jokes about this into perpetuity. It just is a losing proposition. And I have a strong suspicion that this guy here doesn't really care about making this girl happy. He's not trying to water himself down. He's not trying to bring himself down to a level so that she can compete with it. Because at the end of the day, women want to look up to a giant. And that's why she's with this guy. Because he's a giant. Because he's going out there doing things of significance with his life. And impressive. And a musician. And doing charity events. And all these other things. And that's what chicks dig. So just be that guy. Don't sweat it. Don't worry about what it is that she wants or doesn't want or any of those things. I mean, be a kind man. Don't be a nice guy and bend over and do, nonsense for women that in some cases can be unappreciative. In some regard over here, it almost seems like she's unappreciative. But again, stop trying to please women. That's really the entire point of the video in this post. Stop trying to please women. You're never going to do it. Please yourself. Put yourself first. Go out there, put your big dent in the universe or a small dent or whatever it happens to be. That's what matters, not trying to please women, because it's never going to happen. You could be the perfect guy and she'll still complain about it. Let's wrap up on this note. I think it was a stand-up comment, and I always love going back to this. It might have been Chris Rock, I think, and he said something along the lines of, you could be the perfect man. You could have a cape. You could have a diamond D and bang her to the point where mountains crumble to the sea and fireworks shoot out her ass when she has her finishing move. But at the end of the day, she's going to complain. This diamond D, it's not perfect. It's got inclusions. There's flaws. It's cloudy. It's the wrong color. Don't sweat it, guys. Let them have their little moments about stuff like this. It's not a big deal. Ignore it. Go out there, be the best version of yourself for yourself, and don't sweat what chicks want. Because at the end of the day, she's always going to find something to complain about. All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the Courses tab. Newer to the channel? Hit subscribe.